Today we're showing you how to change the coolant on a Stark Varg. You want to do this every year to help prevent corrosion buildup within the system. If you do have corrosion buildup, what can happen is the water pump impeller, it can jam up, and it's a magnetic drive. So if the impeller jams up, then it's going to decouple and you're going to get an error code on your screen. The same thing can happen if you have air inside your system. You're going to get that code. So whatever you have going on, we're going to show you how to not only drain and refill the coolant, but we're going to show you how to bleed it as well. Let's go ahead and get into it. To get this done, your manual will recommend a glycol-based coolant. So we went with the Tusk coolant change kit for the Stark. This is the pink coolant, and the kit is going to come with your crush washer, an O-ring, a funnel, and some rubber gloves. I do want to point out this paper funnel, it'll get the job done, but I do have this Tusk plastic funnel that fits perfectly into that radiator. And then I'm also going to use a drain pan. I've got some thread lock for the bolts going into the subframe. I've got a torque wrench, T45, T30, and T25 torque spits. I've got a 6mm hex, number 2 Phillips or JIS screwdriver, a pick, safety glasses, and rags. Now, if you need any tools or the coolant for your bike, you can find that stuff on our website by clicking the link in the description below. To start out, we need to remove the complete front spoiler. So that's going to include the shrouds, the seat, the side panels, and the rear fender. We're going to start in the front. We've got 2 bolts going into each side of the shroud. Then we have that rear center bolt. And then we have the 2 bolts on the sides. And to remove the complete spoiler, we're going to pull out on the sides, and then we're just going to pull the whole thing towards the back and remove it. After that, we're going to take off the skid plate by removing the 4 bolts. Next, we're going to place a drain pan underneath the bike, and just above the right swing arm pivot, you're going to see a drain bolt. We're going to use a T25 to remove that, and then we need to come to the top of the bike. We're going to use a 6mm Allen to remove that radiator cap. Let the coolant drain completely. Then I'm going to replace the old crush washer on the drain bolt with a new one. I'm going to reinstall that and torque it to 5 Newton meters. After that, we're going to clean up the sealing surface, and I'm going to pour in some new coolant. As I fill this up, I'm just pouring really slow, and that's going to help eliminate air bubbles. The next step is to bleed the cooling system. So with this, we need to come down to the water pump housing, and I'm going to place a couple of rags underneath it because we are going to spill some coolant out of here. Now the goal is, again, to get all the air out of the system. So the manual does recommend creating a 2mm gap between the water pump cover and the housing, and they have you bleed it that way, but I've found it's, for me, a little bit easier to just back off the screws about a half a turn. And before I do that, I want to point out the screw torque is really critical on this housing. It's a low torque and you don't want to break anything. So if you don't have a screwdriver torque wrench, I recommend using a paint pen. I'm going to make a mark on each of these screws, and I'm going to back them off a half turn each. And again, this is what I've found works best. I'll pull out on the cover. You're going to see a little bit of coolant drip out, and then I'm going to immediately turn the bike on, and it's going to happen really quick. But you're going to hear the pitch change. That's the air coming out of the system, and as soon as you hear that, you want to press the cover on and put the screws back to their original locations. Now once you've done that, the coolant should be cycling through the system, and you might still have some air in there, so let that pump run for a minute. You're going to hear bubbles come to the top. I'm going to turn the bike off and then top off the coolant. And then from here, for the final bleeding, again, we want to get all the air out. So I'm going to tip the bike side to side, and then I'm going to squeeze on the radiator hoses, and you're going to have to do those steps a few different times until you have no more bubbles coming to the top. Then we're going to top off the coolant one more time. After that, we can replace the O-ring on the radiator cap. Double check to make sure the radiator is topped off, and then you can install the radiator cap and torque it to 5 Newton meters. Then once you've done that, you want to clean up any spilled radiator fluid. You may need to wash some areas of the bike, and we can reinstall the skid plate and plastics. And don't forget to use blue Loctite on these subframe bolts before torquing them to 20 Newton meters. The rear center bolt will be torqued to 8 Newton meters. Then the front fairing bolts will be torqued to 5 Newton meters. So that's it for changing out the coolant in your Stark Varg. If you have any questions, leave those down in the comments. If you need coolant, head over to our website by clicking the link in the description below. Orders over $75 ship free. And if you want to see more helpful content like this, subscribe to our channel. I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Thanks for watching.